But the topic of today's video is bad habits, y'all. A lot of us have bad habits and we just gotta recognize them. I would say the start of fixing a bad habit is you acknowledging the fact that you have a bad habit. You being able to call out, okay, this is something I'm doing in my life that's not good for me, or that doesn't have any potential or any substance that's worth it, in the sense that makes sense, or anything that's benefiting me or helping me profit in a sense. So being able to acknowledge a bad habit is a good thing off it, because it's a lot of people in this world that don't understand what are their bad habits. A lot of people question their life like, why is this going wrong? Why haven't I excelled in life? Why haven't I elevated? The first step in fixing that bad problem is being able to acknowledge what's the bad habit and being able to be honest with yourself and admit what's your bad habit. A lot of times, a lot of people like to throw things under the bus or act like, okay, this is going wrong in my life. I can't elevate. I can't profit. I can't do X, Y, and Z. I can't do this with my business or my craft, or I can't do this. I can't do this right. The first thing you have to do is acknowledge what you're doing wrong. Sometimes it's hard to put a finger on it. Sometimes it might be a habit that you don't even realize it's a bad habit, and then once you realize it, like, damn, I'm spending all this money, or it has my vibration low, it's giving me negative energy in a sense. The first step, like I said, is you have to realize what the bad habit is. That's the first step. The second step is being considerate and understanding yourself to be like, okay, this is my bad habit. How can I work and improve on it? Rule number 3 is just being patient with your time. Nothing happens overnight. Things are a process. So it takes time regardless of the fact. It doesn't just happen overnight. You got to realize, but you got to realize what is your bad habits and then put the time and energy to figure out, okay, what can I do to fix it in a sense. So that's 1, 2, 3. I don't know really what's for y'all, but just acknowledging what are your bad habits. So like for me, one is what I've been trying to do forever that I know that helped me elevate is stop smoking. I still make my money, I still do everything I need to do, but at the end of the day, a lot of times that I sit down and smoke, I could be doing something more productive. Yes, I edit my YouTube videos, yes, I make my money, yes, I diesel cars, I do whatever I have to do, but at the end of the day, it's still a lot of times that I sit around and smoke that I could be doing something more productive. Or times where I tell a lot of people too, because I'm a smoker, like, I smoke. I tell everybody all the time, like, oh, you can smoke and still be productive. I know people that are productive and they make all the money in the world and still live a good life that do smoke. But I know for me, at the end of the day, that's one of my goals on my board, is that I have to stop smoking to elevate myself and get to where I want to be in life. 2, for me, another thing is working out. A bad habit is doing a lot of smoking and not working out. You have to eat healthy. Like I tell you all the time, it's mind, body, and soul. So if you're not eating healthy, you have a lot of negative thoughts and you have bad habits, you're not going to excel in life. You got to elevate. So you just have to be able to realize, okay, what am I doing wrong? What can I fix? And I'm not going to lie, y'all, it's not easy for you to just drop a bad habit. It's not going to just happen overnight. But the fact that you can recognize it and then put forth work to work on it and be patient with yourself, it's going to change, and you're going to elevate in a sense. I don't know if I'm really explaining that right, y'all, but you're going to be able to elevate. So don't really dwell on it and be like, damn, okay, I realize this is the problem, but I still haven't been able to fix it. It takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in 2 or 3 days. It's not going to happen in 2 or 3, 4 months, but at least that you're able to recognize it and work on it, that's all that matters. And things take time in life, y'all. Things happen in divine timing. I don't know if y'all understand divine timing, but sometimes you want something to happen so bad in life, but it's not just your time yet. Sometimes you have to go through L's and lessons and all the problems for you to understand, to grow. For me, I had to analyze myself and just go through different problems in life. For me, getting in trouble, like, I'll be honest with y'all, the reason I even got a probation when I was younger is because I was smoking. I was in the car, driving, smoking weed out late past curfew, and I was with the wrong people and doing the wrong things. I used to always look at myself and tell myself, like, damn, like, that situation fucked me up and put me in a bad situation, but I really learned a lesson from it. And looking back on life, it's just like, damn, if I wasn't smoking, would that even happen? Would I have never been in that situation? But at the same time, I don't bash myself for smoking, because I would have never learned the law and the course and things like that. So if I would say 25 and I was doing the things I was doing at 17 or 16, then I would be fucked up in life. I could have had a felony. I could have been locked up in jail. It could have been X, Y, and Z, 1,000 more things that went wrong. So yes, sometimes I blame myself, like, damn, if I was younger and I wasn't smoking back then, I would never had to deal with the court. I would never had to deal with the police. I never had to pay probation. I never had to do all of that. But at the same time, it was a lesson I learned from it, and it made me stronger and a better person. So at the end of the day, that bad habit at the same time taught me something. It taught me the laws. It taught me how to move about life. It taught me about, you can get a DUI for smoking and driving, or drinking and driving, any of those type of things. Not saying I didn't know certain things, but it's just like me taking an L put me in a position of myself to learn. But let me get back on topic, y'all. I know you say back on topic, but back to it. Just acknowledge your bad habits and work on it. Right? If you get a vision board or a notebook, write down a few bad habits that you have, whether it be smoking, whether it be drinking, whether it be giving females that's not worth your energy and time, the time of day, or even if it's vice versa. If this is a female watching this, if there's a male that you're dealing with, that you're giving all your time and energy to, that's not pouring back into you, cut it off. If nothing's benefiting you or making you better, get rid of it. And I know sometimes it's hard to let go of people and let go of certain habits and certain things, but it takes time. But you'll appreciate it in the long run. If it's not bringing you peace, then get rid of it. Your peace is what matters. Everybody thinks like in the world like, oh, you need this, you need this, you need that. You don't need anything but yourself. And another thing I would say is also, there's nothing wrong with isolation. Nothing wrong with being by yourself. A lot of the times when I learned, that most of the times when I was by myself, when I was on probation, and all my family and everybody, my close friends and everybody started dying, that's when I really learned myself, because I didn't have no time just to be by myself. I didn't want to be around nobody. I didn't trust anybody. There was a lot going on. I had to work. I was on probation. All I could do was isolate. But that part of my life, when I was by myself for like a year or two, it taught me a lot. It really taught me to learn myself and appreciate myself and be happy with myself and not look for love in everybody else and look for things to distract my time versus things to distract me and get rid of my time that I could be putting time into myself. So that's another thing I say. Yeah, I know a lot of y'all like to like hang around friends or go out and club all the time and party or smoke or drink just to distract yourself and just not let you face your thoughts. But sometimes it's good to have isolation. Sometimes it's good to be sober and just face your mind and face your inner self and figure out, okay, what am I doing wrong in life that I could be better? But if you constantly smoking and your mind's in the wrong, not clear, and you in the wrong direction, or you constantly drinking, or you constantly around certain people that their vibration is low, they're not on the right track that you're on, or trying to get somewhere in life, you're not going to get nowhere. You're going to constantly be distracted. You're going to be constantly around things that you don't want to be, and you're going to constantly be around low vibration. So you have to surround yourself around people that's like-minded like you, that want to do good in life, that have good vibrations and good energy and peace. Not people that are negative, not people that are constantly having negative things happen to them, not people that are like lost in life. And granted, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong by taking somebody's side, because everybody go through things. When I was in my lowest moments, I appreciate the people that was there for me. So if it's a person that you believe that's going to grow in life and that is putting energy into grow and become a better person, don't leave them. I'm not saying that, but if a person is not serving purpose in your life and they're just bringing negativity in your life and not helping you prosper, helping you elevate or pouring into you, cut them, no matter who it is. I don't care if it's family or friends or whatever. Your peace matters more than anything. So just get rid of the bad habits, man. I don't really know how else to explain it. I know I kind of went everywhere with the conversation, y'all. I haven't really been dropping on YouTube, but I just been trying to, elevate and become a better version of myself. You feel me? I see my new tat or whatever, but I'm trying to get right. And one thing I'll say though, y'all, is I was just with my uncle. I went to my uncle memorial in New York. He was a Harlem Shaker. Well, he is a Harlem Shaker. I won't say he was, but he's a Harlem Shaker. But God rest his soul. But I was with his brother, which is my other uncle, and we went to the gym and we had a bunch of talks, and it just reminded me like, I'm on the right path, but I just got to stay focused, and I got to continue to work out, continue to do everything I talked about. And also I got to continue to let go of things in life that's not meant for me, or things that's going to distract me, and only keep the things that's going to help me elevate. So whether that be smoking, whether that be hanging around certain people, things of all of that sort. One thing I say though, y'all too, also I'm going to talk about in the next video, is time management. A lot of people that's far in life, they have good time management. Me, one thing I have to work on this year is time management. So that's one bad habit of mine, is being late or not having time management. That's one of my bad habits, I'll say. My other bad habit, like I said, is smoking. I really say my bad habit is smoking. Then my second one is time management. Once I start smoking and get better with time management, my mind will be more clear. I have better ideas. I start waking up early, managing my time so that I'm not overworking myself and I'm still growing in a sense. Not me, I'm just exhausted all the time and I'm overly working, and I still feel like I don't have time to do X, Y, and Z. So time management is a big thing for me, y'all. Smoking and time management are my biggest things. Also, if y'all don't know, I'm trying to gain weight, so I can't just keep smoking. I'm not going to gain weight. I got to bulk up and cut, but I do want to gain weight, so I can't continue to smoke. Also, if I want to get more things done in life, I do have to start managing my time better. So that's why time management is important, because if I'm waking up at 11 or 10 every day and I'm going to work at 11 or detailing cars at 11, and I don't stop detailing until like 6 or 7 and then get home, by the time I try to work out and eat, it's about time to go to bed and wake up the next morning. So I got to start waking up early in this sense to be able to manage my time, to be like, okay, if I wake up at 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, I can work out for an hour. Then by the time 8 o'clock come, I can work on content for an hour. That's 9 o'clock. Then when 9 o'clock come, I can probably clean up for like 30 minutes. And then by 10, I have an hour to chill or maybe give me some breakfast before I got to go into work. So time management is an important thing, y'all, for me. Really smoking and time management. Those are my biggest two bad habits, is being late and not managing my time, and smoking. So y'all be on me about that. And if y'all have any ideas or any things that y'all can feel like I could elaborate better in my videos or describe better, y'all let me know. I'm willing to learn and elevate. I just want to become a better version of myself this year. So that's why I'm trying to eat better, trying to work out more. Like, I'm not the best version of myself, not at all, not yet. But if you compared me now to 2 years ago, you would be like, okay, he's learning something, he's growing, he's becoming into a man in a sense. But that's all I had to say, y'all. I'm going to put some pictures up here, these things I seen when I was walking around, y'all, when I was working out. It said, like, be kind and love and things like that, like some peaceful, inspiration, motivational type of words. I'm going to put them in the video. But this is just a little sort of talks, man. I had to come drop some knowledge on y'all. If it resonated, drop a like in the comment. If it didn't, drop a like and comment. If it didn't, then maybe the next video you might like. But I know sometimes with my video topics too, I do gotta maybe stay on track more. I probably when I describe stuff, I know I kind of go off topic, but it's not really I go off topic. It's just like I explain it different than other people, like compare it different in the sense that makes sense. But love, peace, blessings. I hope y'all doing good. I hope y'all elevating. I hope y'all doing good in life. Uh, Free game, I would say y'all, is time management. Get that time management right, stack that money, and have your mind clear. Don't constantly be distracted. Don't constantly be smoking or drinking and hanging around people that don't serve your purpose. So serve the gift that God gave you in a sense, Don't get distracted. Get back on track. Sometimes you have to get off a track to learn and see like, damn, okay, X, Y, and Z, this happened for me, just not grinding for this long. But another thing I say, the last thing I say before I get off of this is never give up, never stop. And one thing Stan always told me, and I'm always tell y'all, never give up, never stop. You never know how close you be, no matter how many years it took, no matter how much blood and tears, no matter how many fights, no matter how many ups and downs. Never give up. One day it's gonna get better. I promise y'all. And I'm a living testimony of that. And I'm gonna show y'all. And my video is a living proof to be able to show y'all. This is where I started. These are the things I've been through, and this is where I'm gonna be. And I speak things into existence. So that's just that. But love, peace, blessings. I hope y'all doing good. I hope y'all becoming better versions of yourself. I hope everything's in aligning how it's supposed to for y'all. And I just really hope y'all, y'all doing good inside. I know a lot of people be having a lot of things going on in life that they don't talk about, things that bother them, or like certain trauma moments in their life that they don't talk about. But just be patient with yourself and just grow and just love yourself. Never forget, nobody ever love you like you love yourself. That's all I can really say. Learn to love yourself, even your flaws, even the things that's wrong with you. Like, love those things, and you'll be able to fix them and grow as a person. Never. And then the last thing I say is never be worried about what everybody else says. I feel like it's the biggest thing in this world, y'all. A lot of people don't try things they want to do or do the things they want to do because they're always worried about other things that people will say. And I used to be that type of person, but at the end of the day, you living for yourself. You come in this world alone, you die alone. So at the end of the day, don't really care about what others think. Nobody's paying for this for you. Nobody's helping you grow. Nobody's motivating you. So don't worry about what other people say. A lot of people stunt their growth or stunt the things they want to do because of everybody else, because they're worried that, they're going to think this, or it's not going to be that good, or it's going to take this long or that long. Do things because you love it. Don't think about it for money, or think about this person going to acknowledge you to be this type of person or that type of person. Do things out of the kindness of your heart, and just realize that at the end of the day, it's only you. Yeah, you have your people that you love and everybody that's going to be around you, but at the end of the day, you got to love yourself. Once you love yourself and you have peace within, everything else will make more sense, and then you won't really be sad or upset about how certain people act or how certain things happen in life. You'll just be happy with yourself and understand everything is for a reason and everything is a lesson, and you can profit from everything if you look at it a different way. A lot of things in life are just a mindset, so just know that. But like I said, love, peace, blessings. I'll talk to y'all in the next video. I hope y'all doing good. Y'all stack that money, work out, eat healthy. That's all I really got for y'all for this video. I'm going to catch y'all in the next video.